And I hope that it is not just my use of words and grandiloquent sesquipedalia that, I don't know that that has ever gotten anybody saved. But it has been a time when I have gone places and spoken to audiences where people were not even of the Christian religion. And they have said to me afterwards, I could tell that you believed what you were talking about. We are a different faith, but I love the passion with which you spoke, because I believe that you believe every word that came out of your mouth. And absolutely, why let it come out if you don't believe it? Why waste time with something that's going to come out in such a dull and insipid way? You have to be able to keep the fire. Touch your neighbor, say, keep the fire, keep the fire, keep the fire. You're going to be fired up and be able to keep your fire, because apathy is the opposite of passion. Apathy. It's the word in the Greek that comes, in the Latin, apatheia. A is a Latin prefix that means no or not. So when you said not apathy, pathos, feeling. Apathy is not feeling. Anything that's apathy means without feeling. Without feeling. It pains me when we've got a culture that's on the scene right now that is so apathetic. And here the hallmark, this is the most hallmark word that helps you to identify an apathetic person. So, you can be telling them something that is really critical to their life, something that is salient, something that's extremely important, and then and then we want to use two words, so what? It is almost the mark of a generation. Young lady, I'm gonna call your mother. So, apathetic, without feeling. They feel nothing for their lives. They feel nothing for the lives of others. They don't care what happens to anybody else. They don't want to do anything. They have no motor on the inside of their motivator is broken. They are apathetic. They have no passion. May I suggest this to you? You ought to pray this prayer. Lord, break my heart with the things that break yours. May I feel like you feel, Jesus. Help me to feel what you feel, because if I feel it, I'll do something about it. If I feel it strongly enough, if you get a pressure on you so badly, the only reason that we go to the bathroom is because we feel the pressure. And have you ever seen anybody who was in a real tight that just goes really apathetically? No. See, when you're in a tight, and have you ever been at a place where you get home and you got to try to get your key, and look like the closer you get to the door, you have to start dancing because you can't be still. You have to. You have to do a little dance because you feel this thing. You feel it. You feel this thing. You got to have a pressure. You ought to ask God, God, let me feel it. It's a good thing. It's a good thing to be able to feel. Thank God. It's a sign of health to be able to feel pain. You're in serious trouble if something is hurting you. You have no capacity to feel it. When you allow your heart to become so callous, you're in a serious spiritual and emotional condition when you can no longer feel pain because you've turned off your sensors. You have severed your spinal cord, and so the impulses from your body to your brain to your body are not connecting with each other, and your pain is in body and your head doesn't even know it. There's a problem. There's a serious problem. You're in a serious situation if you get in an accident and you can't feel your legs. To be apathetic, it may be a situation where you have no pain, but you have no feeling either. And when you don't have any feeling, you're in a dangerous position. You're in a severe, acute situation when you have no capacity to be able to feel. And so it's a curse to be apathetic. So what? We need to ask God, God, let me feel this thing. Let me feel this thing. But he says to them, if you don't turn your lives around and become like this little child. See, the Bible says in understanding, be men, be mature, but in malice, be children. You know how children don't hold on to stuff when they become offended? And so it is true that the Bible calls for us to grow up. 1 Peter chapter 2 verse 3, it calls us to grow up, and the Bible calls for us to mature. Colossians chapter 1 verse 28, it calls for us to do that. But I'm afraid that we have lost something in the process of growing up that we were never supposed to lose. Have you ever noticed how young children do not bore easily with routine? You ever notice that? You know, I thought about this and I'm like, why in the world would Jesus say to us, except you come like a little children, you won't be able to inherit the kingdom? Because children keep their passions high. Have you ever read a story to a child or let a child watch a favorite program on television? Or if you take a child and throw them up in the air, they have 3 words that they sing. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. I mean, if you spin them around in a way that they enjoy and it makes them laugh, you know what they say? Do it again. They never get tired of it. They will, I promise you that they will wear the adult out before they'll get tired. And you be like, oh, wait a minute. And you're just throwing them up. Do it again. And they laugh again. Do it again. Do it again. And they never tire. Do it again. They never tire. And Jesus says, except you turn yourselves around, except you be converted and come like a little child, do it again. Do it again. My God, every time you pray for somebody and you see God heal, do it again. Every time that you believe God and launch out in faith, and now you got another faith project that you got to use your faith on, do it again. Anybody know what I'm talking about? When he says, don't ever lose that. Don't ever lose that. When you come to God and say, do it again. Do it again. Do it again. He throws you up. He makes you unstable. Everything is flailing. And so instead of children panicking and saying, oh my God, suppose they drop me. Oh my God, suppose their back gives out. Oh my God. Children are not even thinking about that. God says, I want you to come except you be converted, unless you turn yourself around and come like this little child with a wild faith that is depending totally upon me. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. That's the newness that I'm talking about. When you have that kind of newness in your life, saying, do it again, do it again, do it again, there is a passion that rises up on the inside of you. Do it again, do it again. You write one good book, do it again. If you ever get a hit, do it again. You have a great play, do it again. If you have a great day in business, in sales, do it again, do it again, do it again. But you got to be able to have that. The child never tires of it. They'll keep saying, do it again. Do it again.